Well, hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Happy Valentine's Day to you, everyone out there that actually has a girl. Shout out to the guys that actually post their shout out to the guys that post pictures of their wife or girlfriend on Facebook. You stupid motherfuckers. If you need to validate your relationship on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, your relationship is rocky as fuck. And all you're doing is inviting dudes to DM your girlfriend in case shit goes down. Pal carajo, they're gonna be up in your girl's DMs. Keep putting your girl out there. Keep putting your girl out there in the DMs. Things are not gonna go good. By the way, as always, this show is brought to you by not only Two Auto Solutions, but the Parts Farm, because I cannot get this guy to be big enough to be seen by both. Because people complaining, I can't even see the font on the shit. Somehow I go full screen and I see it perfectly. Crazy how I see it full screen and I see it perfectly. Motherfuckers with their iPhone 1 need it to be like this and like this. So before we get into anything, we're going to say hi to the people here. I see that Jesus Christ is on the chat. Shout out to Jesus Christ. Fresh Pasteles in the house says, what's good, bitcho? Douche did it. What's up, Daddy Alex? Fresh Pastelazo, the cousin of Fresh Pasteles. We got Bruce Lee, the winner of yesterday's cookies. Badass shit. He literally said the guy had a ghost cam tune. The guy who was selling my old car. He's flipping it, whatever. But he said that someone died in the family and people just went in on homeboy. Elijah's 50 clip clap the horse. Bruce Lee, Andrew Martin, Coyote Fury. We got Douche did it again. The original SB. Producer Jay became a member. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Matt 2011 GT, JD Swag, the mod, Paul H. In the house, we got Sean 50, Gallo Bravo, Rodney B, Slow 99, Frank Fowler, EPA, Mr. Cookie Man himself, Chrome Taint, Frank Fowler and Sam S550 in the house, the Jesus Christ in the house. He said, I figured y'all needed me after yesterday's show. All Things Boost, Insane, what it do? Alfredo Diaz. We got John Cena, Giovanni, SVT Snake, Tampa, Coyote. Oof, living in Tampa must suck all the dicks. DJ, Coca-Cola, the guy that owns the best power outer. By the way, what blows my mind is, can you imagine that Whipple is causing TVS sales to go up? Imagine that. People are buying whatever's available, and the longer Whipple stays with their back orders of parts totally made in the United States of America, the better people like Roush does. We got Daniel Green dropping 200. Just in case you guys forgot who Daddy in the chat is, Daniel Green says, Todavía soy el papi. Everyone's saying hi. SK Performance Chef says, catching this one live, dropping a like, and I understood the assignment. Boozy says, hey, Alex, who knew Oh My God Cookies named the cookie after the red card? Drop dead red. Sheesh. Man, still talking that shit, bro. Let's move on from that. Goddamn, poor kid. Let him sell the car. Hopefully he sold it, got some money, and we'll see what's going on. So on Valentine's Day, because I had been single for the last almost 5 years, I kind of just didn't care. I kind of did my own thing. A lot of people, you could see that online. It's funny, like once you end up with someone, you start kind of realizing how really dumb the memes are. Like, I'm not a meme guy. I'm not a Facebook guy telling you, well, I'm going to spend home with my beautiful wife and it's a car. I just don't post dumb shit like that. But it is interesting that some guys literally like buy stuff today. They literally buy themselves, AKA their cars, something, because that's their main bitch, their bottom bitch, which again led me to look at, some of the social media posts, and it was all dudes shouting out their wives and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, obviously you see some balloons behind me because I got my shit. Someone just said, my girlfriend sent me this and was like, Papi, you lay down the bichotazo. So you get the balloons, you get some edible arrangements, you get it all. And things are good, real good. I got balloons in the back. Of course I got. When you lay the pipe, balloons just show up to your house. Do you know what I am saying? Sometimes my girlfriend makes me wish I was the dead guy in the trunk of the red Mustang, says potential spam. So in terms of, this is the time of year where people start flexing on their tax returns. People be getting $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. And of course, people start buying mods for the cars, which blows my mind because there is a spike. Now, there's definitely a spike in tuning parts. Uh, and it's like the 1,000 and down part. So if you sell cold airs, if you sell set of wheels, if you sell pulleys, exhaust, maybe a cheap set of headers or something like that. Yeah, those sales absolutely spike around this time of year. Justin Karen says, tax return, I wish. Exactly, guys. I'm going to owe probably over 10,000 this year. That's why I got to get myself a LLC, C Corp, the whole 9 yards, just to make sure that the money is managed elsewhere and nothing is in my name. That's the right way to do it, in my opinion. Some people get over $10,000 back. Who the fuck gets $10,000 back? Ken McAllister says, happy VD Valentine's Day. What's up, Alex? How's the family? Says Grandi Macchiato, but liquor. 2,000, 3,000. The fuck? I have to pay a good chunk of change for tax season. Me too. I have not gotten a return in my money since probably 2015, 2016. I've always owed. So when people go, yo, man, it's going to hit. The tax shit's going to hit, son. I'm like, what? You're basically telling people you make no money when you're admitting you're getting a return, or you're done with your withholdings, one of those two. So what do you guys that flex on in your tax returns? What are you guys getting? What are you guys getting your car? Because let's be honest, you guys get shit for your car. You don't actually, save shit or anything like that. You don't save the money. Like I remember when I was a younger gentleman, $40,000 to $50,000 a year, where I was making. I was stupid. I was like, oh, I can't wait till tax time so I can get a set of slicks for the car. I can't wait till tax time so I can get a set of heads for the small block Ford. I can't wait till, and then I'm like, why don't I just claim two and get more money in my check every week? And life was good. Alex, you have to pay because you make too much money. I make more than most, yeah, but yeah, man, I just have to pay. So you just stroke that check and you're good to go. I had to get on my Mac to become BECUM a member. Wow. My deadbeat baby mama gets $10,000 back. Multiple kids. Works for like 3 months out of the year to claim all the credits. Wow. Full tank of gas. That's what he gets himself for tax return season. IRS enters chat. Exactly. Business owner, I pay in. Same. Someone said 3 sucker dicks. I sent out my SN95 to get 850 cert cage for Valentine's Day. Why the hell did you spend? Why are you going to spend that kind of money on a car that's worth $2,000? 850 cert. Car's probably an 11.5, 10.9 car. Just put a piece of shit bolt-in cage. Jesus. The poor use tax returns as forced savings. Then they blow it all at once on stupid shit. I saw a meme where a guy gets a $7,500 tax return and he goes to the strip club and he tells the stripper, I could take you away from all this shit with his $7,500. People spending their tax return on parts for the bank's car rather than pay down the car. Oof. Hard truth right there. No tax return here, but I got me a fuel system. Good for you. Again, today, guys, 3 more Gen 3 cars dropping fuel pressure pretty severely at wide open throttle, setting off P008 codes, which is low fuel rail pressure or something like that. It's an absolute trend. It's cool outside. Today's a nice cool day in Florida, 68, 67 degrees for a high. And people are out there going, what? And fuel pressure is dropping like a rock. I pay $30,000 in federal tax and I'll get back $10K. Something telling me you got a couple kids, or your deductions or your taxable income is low. You got a good accountant potentially. And hey, guys, hire financial advisors to file their unemployment tax returns. Good one. That's very good. I have to pay quarterly and it sucks. Same here. Same here, Matt 12 FGT. I usually defer that shit, or not defer, but pay a quarterly tax, and I'm stroking checks nonstop. No flex here. Might go to Chipotle for dinner tonight, though. Use the chips as your method of bringing the food into your mouth. That's life right there. Now you can claim Tony. Technically, someone said I can claim Tony. By the way, shout out to the dude showing his balls. He's just out. Homeboy's just out. A lot of people go, oh, what's up? Do I play with him most of the day? And by the time this time rolls around, homeboy is dead. Back then, I saved up my tax returns and bought a house. Smart people pay off some debt. I don't like giving the government more than I have to. Poor Throttle Body says, Jesse Donlin, he's the real poor. But is he a member? No, he's not a member. Of course not. Scooty says, I got 10K last year, wrote off everything in the business. Smart man. How's write-offs work with YouTube? I don't know. This year, I'm going to have to put it on one of the on a list of many things that I got to do to make sure that I don't get super fucked on taxes. This is the time. This year is the become a big boy year. Set up some kind of business deal. Start actually doing quarterly. You know, like pay attention to the money because it's okay right now. Things are okay. I bought some shampoo today. Nice. The car runs low 9, even on the street. Yeah, okay. Probably in some super duper prep shit. Super duper prep shit. If an all-wheel drive F-150, sorry, four-wheel drive F-150 that makes 1,200 horsepower runs $899, you do it on a prep street. When I say street, I don't mean a prepped road. I mean pretty unprepped, pretty virgin. Motherfuckers say it runs 9s on the street, and some street like the shit they do over in Desert 1320 shit that people fall and die and break their ankles off how sticky the road is. It's crazy. Tony for the win. A firm built for the win. Capital gains tax is fucking me. Oh, so did you sell a house recently and shit got all fucked up? Paid more taxes after my first divorce years ago, but there's no price for peace. Port the balloon. Surprised you haven't talked to a CPA or someone of that nature yet because I can handle it on my own. Look, I like a very simple life. I don't like a lot of people in my shit. Okay? I have a very tight, small circle. So if I can handle it, I'll handle it. If I got to stroke a check, I'll stroke a check. But it's time that I have to hire somebody 100%. My wife is a tax auditor. Be careful. She's listening in. Was she a fucking rat? Is she going to fuck with people? Get out of here. I paid $22,000 in federal alone and still don't get any back shaking my head. When's the race against Jake? When I figure out the car. Look, I'm doing look, content takes weeks at my level. If I'm doing a daily show, that's your daily content. If I happen to bring you an interview, that's even tougher to get together. Then a regular video showing a race takes weeks because I have a full-time job and this, and then I got to do extra shit on the side. It's very difficult, guys. Maybe you guys have a lot of time to sit down. Like, what do you do when you go home? Like, if you're done working your 9 to 5, what do you do when you go home? You sit your ass down, eat, watch TV, fuck around till 9, 10 o'clock? Fuck that, dude. I got to working. The moment I stopped working my regular job, I started working for myself. And that takes the whole day. So in order to squeeze in content and all this racing shit, that takes a lot of time. What's up, Alex? Hope all is well. I have a boost lease, pulse lease 700. If anyone is interested in moving over to an AMS 2000, don't know why you're moving over to an AMS 2000. That's built for 1,500 horsepower GTRs. I have no idea where you're going super overkill with an AMS 2000. It is not easy to learn. Just because it's a badass unit doesn't mean it's easy to learn. You almost have to become a tuner and understand it intimately. An AMS 2000 for 1,000 horsepower street car? Dude, come on. That's a little overkill in my opinion. Again, not saying that you shouldn't get it, but it's severe overkill for what you want to do. Look at Aldo's cars. Most of them has boost leashes and they go fucking low 8s, high 7s. I'm afraid to do my taxes. I think this will be the first year I go to a physical person to do mine after doing a lot of day trading and buying a house. Oh, one of those guys. Okay, let me go all the way down. For your taxes, thank you, Bondo Bird. Apparently, people hate Bondo Bird. Apparently, something's on fire outside. Maybe the whole complex is on fire. Who knows? Tony doesn't give two shits. He literally doesn't give two shits. Listen to that. Apparently, people hate on Bondo Bird immediately, like literally immediately. Mano for Midnight told me to. So if Mano for Midnight says jump off a bridge, you're going to jump off a bridge? What'd your tuner say? What did your tuner say? He knows his shit, though. He can give you a couple of good base maps for the street and the track. If he sets it up, you're good. If you're going to try to fuck with it, Sasso, it's over. If I was surely like, okay, that something timing was coming in hot for Love Sand Lifestyle. So I actually listened to the video. Someone sent me the video of homeboy blowing, grenading his shit. He's on the limiter in between shifts, guys. On the limiter in between shifts. What happens with a watt box? Watt means, wide open throttle box, meaning it cuts spark when a shift happens. So that harsh chain slap that it does when it comes back on and gets spark back on, that harsh pa, it sounds cool. It spits flames. It's cool for YouTube. But what happens when you miss a shift and you're still to the floor? Sasso. And what happens to the rods?
And we say bye-bye.
Because that bitch had a window in it. That bitch had a window in it. Got time to buy some curtains.
And we say bye-bye.
Let's go get some curtains. because I'm telling you, you like relying on watt boxes for shifting and you don't like just lifting off the throttle a little bit. Okay, get ready to put some shit in there. Go to home. What do you call it? Home Goods. Go to Home Goods and get yourself a fucking set of nice curtains for your windows. What up, Alex in chat? How are we doing today? That 1320 GT500 limiter. Exactly. That's what I mean. Where is it? It's called Squid. That's after the shift, right after the shift. Yeah, good job, buddy. Slamming that shit, watt boxing it up. You guys keep getting watt boxes. I keep saying your shit's gonna blow up. Every single time I see a guy with a 1,000 horsepower stick car rely on a watt box, I'm like, you just want to blow it up. You just want to blow it up. I've asked before what controller is recommended, and all I was told, if I can swing it, get an AMS 2000. No, I get it, but like, it's the most powerful, user-friendly, has wheelie control, programmable. You know, they update the firmware every once in a while. It is almost too much for a 1,000 horsepower car. Look, that's fine. People will be able to dial it in. Great. But it is way expensive. And for your level, because you're on a stock motor and you're not going to be over 1,100. That's crazy if you think you're going to be at 1,100 and think that motor's going to last long. You've already gone through one motor. Now you're willing to go through another one. What do you want to live at 1,100? I would avoid 4-figure horsepower numbers like the plague if I was you. I would on a stock motor, I would totally avoid 4-figure horsepower numbers, 1,000 and up. Avoid it like the plague. I'd aim for 900, 850, and live a happy fucking life. And at 850, 900 and AMS 2000 on an 800 horsepower car is severe overkill, like severe overkill, almost as bad as Turuviate using a hammer to crimp. You're using a hammer to crimp a wire at this point. But again, the guy knows what he's doing. He'll adjust it nicely, but you're not going to make 1,000. And if you are, you're not going to make it long because you're going to be exactly like Homeboy on a stock motor.
And we say bye-bye.
Just like that. Get ready. Get ready. It's not an if, it's a when. If I was Shirley says, I literally only need this block to last me 11 months at best. RPG is next. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. I don't subscribe to the notion of it only needs to last me 11 months. You can blow it up on the first pull, dude. You can blow it up on the first. It's stock. It's stock. You can blow it up on the first. Look at me. Ringland went at 700 wheel on pump gas, 10 or 11 PSI. Go ahead. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Bill Motor, don't make the chains last on the limiter. Thank you, Victor Garza. But 4 digits gets to the cloud. Ghost Watcher coming in to drop a like and catch the replay. Thank you, T-Top GT. And he's a member. Love that. Smells like jelly beans. That's literally a blender. I was thinking the same thing. Exactly. But why do you want the hassle of destroying your shit? I don't get that. Like, I don't get. People go, if it blows up, I'll just build it. And I'm like, but why let it blow up? Like, I don't want to pull in my car to make anything more than 820, 830. Fuck no. I love that car. I like that car. I like driving it. I like enjoying it. 800 to 850 takes care of 97, 98% of the cars on the road. But you want to be that dick swinger. Look, I hope a lot of people understand. You're not going to become YouTube famous by going sevens in a S550 because it's been done. It's been done. You're not going to become famous street racing. You're only going to become famous amongst your friends or street racers. But I'm not saying you're doing it for clout. But what I'm saying is, if you have even the inkling, a tiny amount of you says, man, I can't wait to do this so I can destroy the internet. You are not going to destroy. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying if you have that in your head that you think by posting the videos of you beating GTRs about, no. You know how you might become famous on the internet? If you keep blowing up coyotes. How many after Sick Week? Who won overall Sick Week? Does anybody know Like that. There's a casual fan, not a hardcore fan. That's a casual fan. Does anyone know that won the unlimited class on sick week? I know that Alex Correa won the 850 index class, which to me is the most impressive, coolest thing ever because the car did it on fucking Pony R's and a notch, turbo small block Ford. That car has a capability of going sevens. He said, let me back it down, run the 850 class, he averaged like an 851 or something through sick week, drive the car over 1,000 miles. That's cool as shit. Who won overall sick week? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Who, put it on the chat, guys. Who split their block in half on sick week? Who threw 80 PSI at their shit based on a malfunction and split their block in half during sick week? Go. You'll know. If you could get long blocks for $2,000, would you care? Yes. Yes. Look at Nickel White. Look at Victor Garza. Lujan won 275 and 6th Street. All I care about, shout out to them. Shout out to Lujan Motorsports, one of the most underrated shops, one of the most underrated coyote shops in Florida. Probably the best one right now. Probably the best shop in all of Florida right now. Real deal shit is Lujan Motorsports, PFI. So everyone knows that PFI split their shit. If you think getting long blocks at $2,000 is like an excuse to blow your shit up, I don't even know. That is LS logic. It's LS logic. Literally LS logic. I can get a junkyard motor for, $500. I don't give a fuck if it blows up. And you must got it like that. You must got it like that. Everyone says PFI speed. Exactly. Daniel Green, can a 350 throttle body cause surging issues when you're at an 8 to a quarter pedal? Absolutely. Depending on the tuning. But my 350 throttle body in my red car didn't drive all that great. It drove good enough, but it had a very loose converter. So it just kind of blew past those areas that caused issues. But if you have a tight converter or a manual, you'll know it more. PFI was a B series Honda, so 200 for a long block. Tom Bailey's son won wreck of the week. That's what I mean. If you're building a car for the hope to make it big on YouTube, like how many of my cars I showcase on YouTube? When I really started making money? When I started giving you guys a live stream. When I started giving you guys a live stream and daily entertainment, that's when I started making real money. If I thought by racing my car all the time, look at John Doc. John Doc's a fucking legit racer. John Doc knows about cars. John Doc is an LS guy, and I whatever he says, I go, okay, I believe it because he knows his shit. His channel isn't nearly as big as people that blow their shit up every 2 days. Shirley hurt right now. He ain't hurt. Dude, don't you know that I'm trying to give him life advice? I'm trying to give him life advice because look, what's going to happen? Peer pressure. Peer pressure is going to happen to Mr. 50 Shirley, right? Yo, you got an Aldo kit? An AMS 2000, all these badass suspension parts, and it only runs 850? I'd be ecstatic. I'd be jumping through hoops if that thing ran 850 consistently and I'm able to drive it home. But what's going to happen, 50 Shirley? You're going to have people peer pressuring you. Hardcore peer pressure. And you're going to be like, oh, because some people fall into this like sickness. Yeah, let's do it. Let's put carbon doors on this bitch. Let's do this. Let's do that. Go out there, run an 8.0, blows up. And you're like, but it ran 8.0. And I'm like, but it blew up. Meanwhile, you could have an 890 car that runs for 4 seasons. Stock auto body going with all the turbo install, says for more performance. The biggest channels are absolute trash. Mr. Beast, fucking PewDiePie. I don't even understand why anyone would watch Mr. Beast. I'm like, people actually watch this shit? Unbelievable. I asked Fast People what I should do and buy things accordingly. That wrong? See, now he's getting butthurt. You ask Fast People what they buy, right? Fast people blow their shit up often. Can you afford to blow shit up often? Can you afford to blow shit up often? If you can, no problem. how many motors have been in gray and blue goose? You think it's one? You know how many transmissions have been in gray and blue goose? Do you think it's one? You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm faster than Cuban, who cares? Cuban has a stock motor. I think he's been, I don't know how fast he's been, but I know for a fact he's been as fast as the Fairmont. And that is a Fox body. Okay, if you can swing blowing it up, that's fine. If you could swing blowing it up, you could swing a built motor before you blow it up. How about that? If you could swing blowing it up, you could swing a motor before blowing it up and do it next year. Oh, but I want to do it this year. I want to race fools this year. I want to be the fastest. I got out of, guys, I might sound like I'm done with racing. I'm done. I'm done with the culture. The culture of racing is weird. Super weird. What's your thoughts on the RTD? I'm going to give up on trying to find an engage for my car. The ones I have the ones I see have sketchy looking profiles, like 5 friends and a few pics. Look, if you guys, it's going to become harder and harder and harder to find a engage that's legit, unlocked once, and you're good to go. Very tough, very tough. So get on the RTD train. It's fine. If the TDN app starts to work, some people like it. I don't know shit about it, to be honest with you. I can't even talk about it. I honestly don't even want to learn it. I honestly just want to tune cars and send you tunes, and you figure out the app. And if you have issues, hit them up. I don't care. I will fuck with the Engage until the day that on my cars. If I have to eventually get something else, I'll get an MPVI2, tune it that way, and then with an old laptop and do my thing. Or a dead rat, or I'll fucking dead rat the bitch. You know, but the RTD is what's out there now. The TDN app is working for many people. They seem to like it. So get up on that train. I personally, on my cars, I'm going to stick with the Engage. And if anything goes wrong, I'll try to fix that Engage. I will give it heart to heart. I will fucking shock it. I will keep that Engage alive as long as possible. Personally, this is Alejandro Flores talking. Oh, Alex, yo, learned. Alex says something. Hey, HP Tuners, Alex said something. This is me. I'm not speaking for anybody but me. If you're on blowing up engines, are you even fast? Yeah, but you got to have that kind of money. And who are the fast guys? Who are the fast guys? Are the fast guys making $60,000 a year on Coyote? No. Are the fast guys making $80,000 a year? No. The fast guys are making 100 to 150 to 200 rich motherfuckers. People that have a lot of money, expendable income, or own a company, and this is their side project to maybe they start a motorsports company so they can write off taxes in. Big money guys. Who cares about Cuban and Shirley? They both slow. Says Valley 10 speed. Well, I mean, you got a 10 speed, so that speaks for itself. Wet SVT says, I'd sit at 750 to 800 and not give a fuck about a number. Y'all seem dumb blowing shit up and can't afford to fix. I love it. I love this shit talking. Just got in. Hello, all. Matt, Chief Slapahole says, how about that Godney Performance GPS 6 come out turning 8s? Okay, don't even know who the fuck he's talking about. No dates, just place today. Chest day, bitch. Chest day later on. Look, I got mine. I'm good, but then I'm going to go chest day. International chest day is on Monday. Yon 5 says X4 for the win. Fuck it. I'm throwing all my suspension in my car, setting it up to carve quarters and enjoy weekends because I can't afford 2 Coyotes. The poor man's race, the thought process is just ass backwards. Let's blow it up first, then build it. Racing is a rich man sport for sure. Racing is a rich man sport. There is a documentary on Netflix of a guy who got into road racing down here. Road racing is expensive, just as expensive as drag racing. I think so. And the gentleman said that he got into racing hardcore. It became a sickness. And you guys know, you see these sick motherfuckers that do nothing, don't pay rent, nothing, but they want to go racing. So they get sick. This guy said, I needed money. So he started dealing drugs back in the 70s. It was mostly weed. And he was bringing in weed by the fucking barge load. I'm saying a shitload. Just to fund his racing habit. Millions of dollars to fund his racing habit. Rowdy 50 says good evening, sir. Thank you for the $10. I know a guy who paid someone to build an 8-second Mustang and never drove it big money. Why would you ever do that? Potential spam says 800 is perfect. Fuck the headache fixing your blowing your shit up after every race. I got a headache now even thinking about wrenching on my own car. Well, that's why I pay someone else to do it. Here. Absolutely. Then you have Teruviate, who built his engine by checking his bearing clearance with a popsicle stick, eyeballs valve lash, and torques heads with a 3/8 Harbor Freight ratchet. It blows on start. Does it even start? If his car turns over, that's a win. If Teruviate's car turns over after he's had his hand in it, that's a win. Alex, how boost is a 75 millimeter pulley over an 88 millimeter pulley on a TVS 2019 Odin, holy shit. A 6 so that's like a 3.0 pulley on the Edelbrock is probably going to be 15, 16 psi. It's going to be 15 or 16 psi or so, because an 80 millimeter pulley makes 800 wheel. An 80 millimeter pulley makes 800 wheel on a Gen 2 with 21 degrees. You know what I mean? Great series. Okay. Nothing is more toxic than Mustang owner with a Houston gut beadlocks and a trumpet intake. Oof, the worst. These are the worst guys by far. Like, they're just the most annoying motherfuckers on the planet. Do you think Whipple have made that secret deal with Ford? Could they be spending all their efforts on that and sacrificing the aftermarket? Surely Bondo isn't twiddling his thumbs all day at work. I don't think it's that serious, Chase. I don't think it's that serious. I think they're back ordered. I still think they're getting orders out that are back ordered, but I don't think it's like a standstill and Ford is taking all their product. I just don't think it's like that. I don't play during the year. I play it all at once. Any motorsport is mega money. My girlfriend's dad is into circuit racing modern Mini Coopers, only a grassroots level. Must cost him 40,000 pounds a year just on one car. Anything over 5 p.m. is evening for me. Lunatic, that's on Netflix. I forget the name. Yes, it's a guy in Florida who went to jail for 20 plus years for selling a shitload of weed, like boatloads of weed. Channel support. Also, I have a London Engage that can be unlocked. 1,000 firm Edgar Sanchez. Hit up Edgar Sanchez if you need a Engage. It's supposedly, according to him. If Derby's cars even starts, it'll start quickly after the hammer crimped wires come apart. I'm going to run no hood and AMS. Yeah, he says that, right? This is how I foresee your car 2022 or 2023. Carbon doors, right? Street car, total street car. Carbon fenders, potentially. So that's what? $9,000, maybe more. Maybe optic armor. Maybe a carbon hood, too. Really lightweight brakes. Really light wheels. Probably Bellax. So that's $20,000. You ain't even got a motor in that shit yet. It's $20,000. And a legit motor is going to run you 17 and up. A legit motor is going to run you, I'm saying, Billy badass shit. $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. You could have bought a GTR. Hell, that's cash money. You already got the car, unless you affirm it. So you could have bought a GTR and slayed puss. But you're playing with an S550. Since we're listing parts, I have a Mint 01 Cobra cheese tail lights 3000. I know what I got. I want an Engage. How much? Danny Gurley says, is the joke about Alex turning his white car into a race car with a stage 69 fuel system a meme still? Don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. No hood, OEM hoods. Okay. Macho Man. What's up with those boundary gears in the red car? Nope, they're not boundary. They're TSS, if I'm not mistaken. No, or liver noise. They're liver noise or TSS, says Macho Matt, trying to get me in trouble. But no, that's TSS or liver noise oil pump gears. I've had the most fun in my life in a 500 to 600 horsepower car. People will never learn. You know, they almost have to go through it because, you know, we're trying to save them all the trouble. We're trying to save them from all the heartache and the financial disaster that is racing. And I mean, unless you have a lot of money, I'm saying a lot of money, you shouldn't even get into racing. You shouldn't even touch racing. I've seen racing cause divorces, guys that are loaded, guys that have money, Racing literally causes divorces because they get into this sickness, into this crazy mindset, me versus him, the fastest in this, the fastest in my city, the fastest in my area code. To do what? No one will know who the fuck you are. Maybe 7 guys will be like, oh, that's homeboy. That's 5-0 Shirley. His car runs 8-0. I blew it up though, but it ran 8-0. Badass shit. He's saving up for an RPG motor and paying off the $30,000 in everything else but the motor. You'll see. Literally no one down here in Cali makes 600 horsepower anymore. It's not 2015. Yeah, cool. Make 800 and live a happy life and drive the car home. This is definitely a TDC segment. Parts Farm, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Brand, let's switch it over to Parts Farm. Thank you. So every 30 minutes or so, I'll switch it over. So I already had 30 minutes of Mr. Rami Zaidan to Auto Solution. Now I have the last half hour for Parts Farm for becoming sponsors. Love that. Alex, what fuel system do I need to get a Gen 3 to make 700 on 885 Vortec car? Same as every other place. A return style fuel system. If on E85 boosted, period, you're going to need a 4 Innovations level 1, level 2, probably level 2. People go, well, Alex, what are you doing? I'm not on E85. It's going to be C16 or 110. That dude's ad for the red car said boundary. I figured he's talking about he's out his ass. Of course he's talking out his ass. No way would I ever put those oil pump gears in the car. No way PBH, because those OPGs were put in by PBH. There is no boundary oil pump gear in that car. It is either TSS or a liver noise. You live in Cali, don't brag. Shirley, you're building a car, not even dig race. Oh, what's happening? I don't even know what's going on. I dig race more than you, Cuban. Oh, well, you know what? I'll give him that. I'll give Shirley that. I think he's out there racing the guys more than Cuban. But Cuban's like, his shit's going under surgery right now. Cuban's looking to like really not stop fucking around. You know? Look, I think Cuban should stay there. He's not going to be the fastest. He's not going to be racing that orange 240 or it's a 240 or 280. He's not going to be racing that car. He's not going to be racing the guy that's all tatted up, topped up. Most guys are over there. The one of the LS swap Foxes, which is like all of them. He ain't going to be in that level. All right. He's not. Cuban is not going to be at the level of the Coyote swap Foxes, the LS 240s. He's just not going to be there. Let's be honest. Let's not pussyfoot around the subject. You're not there. You're not that guy. You're just not that guy. Sorry.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You will be racing C7Zs. You'll be racing S550s, other S550s. You'll be racing Catfish Camaros. You'll be racing S197s. You're the middle of the pack. The Billy badass motherfuckers, they're in another planet. Those cars are probably low 5 second cars in the 8th, 5.1, 5.0, maybe high 4s. So stay in that lane. Stock motor, under 1,000 horse, 3,200 pounds. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Steezy, thank you very much. Steezy, you ain't going to fuck with his car. You're not going to fuck with the 240. Hey, I love you, Kai. See, I love Cuban. I love this motherfucker. I know my lane. I get it. I'm not stupid. I love it. See, he gets it. I like that. I like that he understands where his place is, and he'll have a lot of fun racing people. He gets it. Bobby Shirley says, bro has SVT in his name trying to talk to me. Who else is Most Hispanics are uncircumcised. My Little Pony is a nasty bitch. What SVT says, 5-0 Shirley really acting like we give a shit that car really going to make waves, laughing my ass off. No. I think 5-0 Shirley just wants to have fun. And he's taking it to the right people. I think an AMS 2000 is overkill for his setup, but if someone knows how to tune it like a Manuel or an Aldo, no, he's going to have nice. There's 5, I think, or 4 selectable buttons. You can set up number 1 on gate, number 2 at a different ramp. Let's say number 1 on gate, chill out, do your thing. Number 2 is going to be, slow, fucking gate ramp boost. And then after about a couple of seconds, then you ramp it in. Then 3 and 4 will be even more aggressive. 4 could be a roll race tune. He can set it up. Once that is all set up, 5-0 Shirley's in a good spot. But to get there, wiring, tuning, taking the car out on the street, testing, 20, 30 pulls to dial in your shit. If the motor lives through that process, you're going to have a pretty badass car. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm saying How do you dial in boost ramp? You could do it on a dyno, but the problem with the dyno is it doesn't mimic what happens on the street. And then let's say you're taking it to Houston or somewhere to get it dialed in. It's all concrete in Houston. When you get back home, them settings might not be the same. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of dialing in that needs to happen on a boost controller, especially the Caliber and AMS 2000, tons of data. And then when you get it home, you might have to redo some of that because the streets where you roll aren't the streets where it was dialed in at. You know what I mean? And if the motor lives through that dial-in process, you'll be good. You'll be good to go. Pretty sure he had a grip tick on the Fairmont at some point. Yeah, I had a 2.6 and it never worked out. Anything under a 3.0 pulley on the Edelbrock would have massive, massive belt slip. It was not fun. Valley, you best people first. Okay, what's happening there? Hey, Alex, do you have any experience with the Grip Tech pulleys? If so, what's your experience with them? Been good or bad? Good, except the Grip Tech 2625 Kong pulley that I had on the, whatchamacallit? No matter how, I bought a whole speed drive for the car to have more belt wrap. It's just, the Edelbrock, there's just a size that you can't go under on the Edelbrock, and I think it's like under like 2.8. I think it starts to just have more slip than it's worth doing. Nobody says I'm a baller. At the end of the day, I have a 60,000 mile Mustang. Hey, you know, you're welcome to the club. I'm not any more baller than you guys. Maybe because of the cars I have and stuff, but I don't. My life is pretty simple. I have no credit card debt. I have very few bills. I don't have any bad habits. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't fuck around. I go to the gym, shut my fucking mouth, and stay here. That's it. That's why I was able to afford what I can afford. Okay, I'll race Shirley for Valley 10 speed talking that shit. Hot shoe Gary Ballo. Guy lived in Miami Vice lifestyle and race short tracks. If it's not going to make you rich, don't go poor for fake glory. Build your car, not for you, not for your boys. Who was the fastest motherfucker in my area growing up? Alex, you know Texas 2K? Absolutely fucking not. I will never support Texas 2K again, ever. Is Dud became a member? Thank you, Is it Dud? Appreciate that. Alex, can I claim my child support now? So the fastest motherfucker in my area growing up. Oh, Jesus. Easy, Alex. The fastest motherfucker in my area had a Grand National. Cotton. Might have been Eddie Cotton or something Cotton. Western Massachusetts in the late 90s, early 2000s. He never did anything with it. I mean, he had a shop and he makes a living, but like he was like the Grand National guy. And then Mike Robinson had a fast car, but he had a psychotic meltdown. Then this guy named Steve, who had Malibus and Camaros, fast cars, he didn't do nothing with it. Meaning glory, fame, big money. They just built really fast cars. They were local legends. And then they just, I don't know, bought a side-by-side, bought some land somewhere, and they lived their life. So when a guy is 22 to 30, I tell him, stack your dough. Fuck racing. Stack your dough, because the fastest guys are 40 to 50-year-old motherfuckers with New Balances and two 871 sticking out the hood. And you're trying to compete with a guy that has had a career, a successful career, or really knowledgeable because he accumulated this stuff over decades. And you're trying to compete with that in your 20s and 30s. And I go, dude, don't even do that. Just stack your fucking bread. And by the time you're 35, 36, 37, you go, all right, I'm going to get into racing because it's fun. My money's good. Career's good. I got expendable income like a motherfucker, and I'm going to fuck around with that. And then look, John Sr. said something at World Cup that made me laugh so fucking hard. John Sr. is a successful man. Okay, successful man, has had a long career, not only in aviation, not only in the military, but also in tuning. So the guy is established. We were at World Cup one day, and he was mad. He has a patented Lund freakout that I love. Both of them do. It's great to watch because it's always going to happen. You just got to figure out when it happens. So Senior goes, you know how you become a millionaire drag racing? You start out with $2 million. And I was like, he's right. He's 100% right. Even he was sick and tired of the money he was throwing at these cars, and it was problem after problem after problem. I'm on the hunt for that pink notch up here in New Hampshire. I'll keep you posted. I don't think it's in New Hampshire anymore, but Dill's place. If you find that car, I will buy it. And it better not be no $10,000 motherfucker. Pink or salmon colored, 86 carbed. I don't know. How can I, guys, does anyone know if I can find a history, where I can find a history of cars I've owned? Like if I go to the Massachusetts DMV, I don't hold a license over there. So I can't put in my license number and have them look up previous vehicles that I owned. I tried to look up my old insurance and they said they don't store that shit after like 4 years. And I'm like, fuck. So if anyone knows where I can go, and if there's a history of cars that have been under my possession, I'd love to find that place. New Balances and $1 million plus a 401k. Can't mess with the older guys wearing New Balances. You see New Balances on an old guy? Don't race him. Alerex, you should came up to Saskatchewan this summer to relax. I promise there won't be any kayaks. Nah, I'm going to pass on that one. You mean Canada? No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got radials, but I don't really go out racing. Fuckers breaking shit. I just lowered it nicely and threw some nice wheels and ride out. Man, you're an adult. If you have the VIN, assuming not though, I don't have the VIN. Look up your insurance records. They don't, more than 4 years, they're done. And I moved from Massachusetts to Florida, so that's been gone. Any DMV should be able to tell you how. I don't have it. I'm not a member. I'm not a citizen of that state, a resident of that state, citizen of that state. What a dumbass. I'm not a resident of Massachusetts anymore. I went to high school with Brian Cotton. Is it Brian? Is his name Brian? They had fast cars. In high school, he had a white Regal T-Type. First time I drove it, I fell in love with him. Yes, the Danimal. I think he's from Western Mass too. Old age, treachery, and money trumps youth and vigor every time. What would you use as a standalone with a 351 carb engine? Also, if it hasn't been registered for the last 7 years, I think the DMV is out of the system, right? That was like the 2000 or 1999 was the last time I had that thing on the road. Check your old emails too. Might have a VIN in the conversation. Nope. This was when I would actually go in person and pay my bill. I wouldn't email people. This was 22 years ago, guys. Some of you have lived that long. That's when I got rid of my car and bought my second house. Or just contact the EPA. I'm sure they'd know. Jack Cotton, that's it. Jack Cotton was his father. Jack Cotton, right? Right? Fastest guy in the area, right? Fastest guy in Western Mass between 1994 and 2001. Did nothing with it. The only way to find it, if it has been registered in the last 10 years, they boot cars from the DMV system after 10 years, unless it's a state where the license plate stays with the car, like Cali. Understood. Hey, Second Shift Racing says, checking in late. Who are we booting? No, we're having a good, regular adult conversation. We're trying to tell 50 Shirley, he's okay. I just don't want him to go. I don't want to see that car with carbon doors on it. You know what I mean? Like, don't fall into the peer pressure. Carbon door, $5,000 brakes, fucking $8,000 wheel. Dude, get that car, make 850, drive it, be happy. Be happy. My pops rocked Stacey Adams and Chucks back in the days. You should be able to go on your town taxes where you used to live at. No. Holyoke, Massachusetts? Bro, you have no idea where I grew up. That was a total shit show. We're trying to tell him he don't have enough to gap me. The 10R80 car, yours is a turbo 400 car. If your car, Cuban, comes in at $3,200, and if what you dragged on the street is a real deal number, 50 Shirley might get one good run. Let's say you race 3 times. 50 Shirley will get one good run out of those 3 because it's a 10R80. It's just how it is. Cuban will do 3 out of 3. Because it's consistent. The car is deadly consistent. Once they figured out the timing ramp, that car started to leave so consistent. It's just up top. It gets a little wiggly because it starts to really make some steam. 50 Shirley, he's going to need a second gear leaf tune. He's going to need a Billy Badass built transmission, probably $4,000 or $5,000, right? That's converter. Set up the AMS properly. It's gonna take a lot of dialing in, man. It's definitely hard not to fall into the peer pressure. I do my best and only take into account what the fast guys tell me to do. Gotcha. No, good. Hopefully you're level-headed about it. You don't start frothing at the mouth when they start showing you parts. You should be good to go. Thoughts on the ESS tuning blower? Good budget blower, good for daily driver. F around the street. Yeah, according to Nardi, he said there's no false knock on the blower, but his blower is still in the box. So yeah, I mean, Nardi's blower that is not in his car doesn't have false knock because it's not installed in the car yet. So yeah, badass shit. I don't know. I know that every single centrifugal I've tuned, ESS included, shows false knock. Not a lot. I'm saying it's not any better. Okay. ESS, Pro Charger, Vortec Paxton, same shit. Okay. Power, same shit. You can make good power on all of them. You can, if you like how the ESS is placed better than the other one, cool. But it's not one better than the other. If anything, and I even hate to say this, at least, well, no, Vortec has YSIs, V30, V88s. Vortec has a V3, V7, YS, whatever. They have, a huge range of blowers, just like the P1, the D1, the F1. So, it's all the same shit. If not wrecked, rusted to dust. At least ESS kits don't take 80 weeks to get here from China. Nice. Alex, do you remember the town buyer you bought it from? No. It was one of those things. Meet me at this place. Give me money. Here's the title. Bye-bye. And in New Hampshire, you didn't need a title by that time. He was like, I don't even need the title because it was in 86. I do not remember the town. I literally went to Derry, New Hampshire. No, he lived in Derry. He came down to the border. No, I think I went to Derry. I think I went all the way to Derry, New Hampshire. Okay, this is the way you know that car is legit, or it's the same car. And I don't know. It might have changed 15 times. It had 430 gears. It had a spool and 430 gears and a spool. A Tremec 3550, a Centerforce dual friction clutch back in the day. Carbureted Edelbrock air gap, MSD6AL. Holly 477 650 double pumper, 47771 or whatever it's called. And a bucket for an interior seat. And it was gutted. Like gutted. Pretty much stock. Became a member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. If you can get the VIN number by calling the DMV and using your old, he doesn't get it. I haven't been in that state for 6 or 7 years, and I haven't owned the car for 22 years. I'm in Derry. Hey, there you go. To start looking at Mustang motherfuckers and see if 99 or 2000 someone bought it was charcoal gray with a front primered front end because a Pizza Hut guy ran a stop sign and hit my shit. Daily McButthugger, New Hampshire. Dairy McButthugger. That car's probably wrecked or rusted out since it's in the Northeast. I agree. It'd be awful. Desert 1320. What did he say? Oh, Desert 1320 came a long way, and his channel is popping out. His channel is popping. I love supporting his shit. Do you remember the plate number? No, because I took the plate and transferred it, so it didn't matter. Emergency repair, no grease for a bad ball jump. Puts 2 bananas in grease gun, no more squeak. What is happening there? JD Swag said, they're enough to blow your shit up. Get anything that's 700 and roll out. They're talking about ESS kits. Sasso, how did you house train Tony? Tony, the way I house trained him is this. So those stupid pee pads, they don't work because it teaches them to pee on them in the house all the time. So I watched him like a hawk, and he never even realized that he was doing anything wrong as a puppy. I would say no, and he'd look at you like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. So every time I caught him peeing, I'd grab him and bring him outside. Then I'd go, good job, like really praise the shit out of him. And if I happened to take him for a walk, every time he peed outside, I praised the shit out of him. I mean, I would pet him so much that he was so happy, and he didn't really put one and one together. One day, I was taking him outside all the time, and he was doing real good. And one day he peed inside the house, and he looked scared for the first time. He peed and he went, oh, and he put his ears back and he went, oh. And I grabbed him, brought him outside, and he finished peeing. And I go, good boy, petted him, good boy, good boy, boy. Last time he peed in the house. Basically, consistently take him outside, praise the shit out of him when he pees outside. If he pees inside, do not punish him. Do not hit him in the nose. Just grab him if you can. Clean it up as if nothing happened. Grab him if you can. Bring him outside. And when he pees outside, praise. He is now at the point that he doesn't even poop in the dog park. He's like, yeah, no, the dog park is home. And when he leaves the dog park, he poops outside the dog park. Love that motherfucker. I love positive reinforcement is just such a powerful tool. He has never been hit, beat, I just definitely say, no when he fucks up. And all you have to do is look at him a certain way now, and he knows he fucked up. It's good shit. Dude's got his cock hanging hard. Positive reinforcement. I still got my 93 Lex and can't wait till my son's a little older so we can build it together. 2 more years, he'll be 7, and I think that'll be old enough to start. Alex, a dog trainer, Tony 2024, Tony for president 2024. Imagine if you had kids, Alex, I'd be really awesome. Guys, I worked at a daycare. You guys, how many of you guys don't believe I worked at a daycare center? I bet you there's a lot of guys on the chat where I tell them I used to work at a daycare center when I was 17. Nobody believes that I worked at a daycare center. My dog is well trained. She shits in my neighbor's yard. That's a good dog. If centrifugal superchargers had clutch pulleys like the 2020 GT500, false knock would be gone. Ask me how I know, says John650. The only positive reinforcement won't work is with women. I worked at a daycare center. So with kids, I'm awesome. That's why I don't want any. I know it. I've seen them from, someone said cap. This motherfucker said cap. Man, shit. He said cap, Tony. He said cap. This motherfucker, how dare you? You son of a bitch. He said cap. He said cap. Bro, how dare you? So I'm going to prove y'all mother. I got to find the picture, though. There's a picture of me, 17 years old. Yeah, these are legit old photos with the kids at the daycare. It was fucking hilarious. Fuck it, we'll stay a little later if I have to prove this because motherfucker said cap. Damn. Talking all that shit. Wow, I can't even find it. If I don't find it here, I'll find it. I'll go on the whatchamacallit. I'll go on the that dating channel and I'll find it. But yeah, I worked at a daycare center. That's why I don't want nothing to do with kids. I saw how much of a pain it was to deal with kids. Parents would come home pissed off, kids fucking, mommy, and they're like, shut the fuck up, get in the fucking car, shut the fuck up. Yeah, fuck that. I saw kids from 5 months all the way to age 7, and I said, fuck no, I want not. Look, if you want to have a kid, go to a daycare first. Go to a daycare first and see, work at a daycare, for like a month. Yeah, I don't have it here. Fuck it. I don't want to waste your time looking through old photos. But on the dating channel, if I find that photo of me with the daycare kids, I'll show it to you guys and I'll shut you the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do it tomorrow in the other chat. Any update on the car's future plans? No. Come on, stop it. Alex works at a daycare every day at 5 p.m. Nick Rogers says, if you had to drive for a living, what kind of car would you drive? My second job is delivering pizza, and I did it for a while in my STI. Most fun I've had the Genesis. The Genesis. And every day driver, someone said Canelo him. Every day for a driver, the Genesis was awesome. What an awesome car. No photo book. No, I got to find where I had what the fuck had to do us like that? I have to find that. Our buddy Greg sold his V3 Caddy. Now he's looking to get with a Coyote that'll build. The goal is 850s. What would you tell him? 850. Quickest way to get there is a twin turbo, built trans, E85, and 3,600 pound race weight because it's going to take some lightning to make that happen. I wouldn't wait for a Whipple because you're not going to be able to do it for 5 years. I wouldn't do it with a VMP Odin because I just don't think it makes enough snot to go 850s consistently. But to go 850, it's a big deal. So I think you should go twin turbos. Whether you take it down to midnight, have him put one of his kits in, Aldo kit, Hellion kit, with dump though. Don't run a full exhaust. It's going to be a problem. A lot of money, exactly. Yeah, the Genesis G80 would be a perfect or a 5.0 R spec. I love that 5.0 R spec. That was badass. New member, Mr. Noel SVT became a new member. Thank you. I appreciate that. I delivered pizza in a bolt-on GSR when I was 18. Those were the days. Let me look for this photo, man. I'm not pissed off. I got to find this photo. So y'all going to have to wait because, hey, there's my 87 GT. Oh, back in the day. That's over in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Yeah, I rock one of those. I love that car. That bitch is fine as fuck. Now I got to find this photo. You guys got me all fucked up. Oh, here we go. Bam, found it. Found it. Told y'all. So before you guys have kids, go work at a daycare center. So this was a summer job. I didn't want to do construction. I didn't want to do any of that bullshit. So this is me. Right there, the big motherfucker in the back. Yep, I worked at a daycare center. This guy, little guy's named Sean, Lewis, Nicole was a nightmare. I worked at a daycare center. So you motherfuckers talk this shit that Alex doesn't know shit about kids. I know more about kids than y'all even fucking could think about. And I was 17 years old there, skinny and black, played baseball every fucking day. So I'm good with kids. That's why I don't want kids. That's why I'm good with the dog. I'm good with just in general. I'm good. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Still got the hat. I still have that. I retract my previous statement. Vin Diesel voice. Someone says, "Damn, exactly." I was a little. Now this was 5'11", 175. 5'11", 175 of dark meat, bro. Look at that. Look at that fucking handsome man back there, bro. So I worked at a daycare center. For those of you that think I don't, I have Polaroid proof. So you know this is period correct. Polaroid proof. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Someone said, Jesus Christ. What did it say here? Jesus Christ, why did you take all of Alex's hair? He's going to have to answer for that. I'm going to get out of here tomorrow. We're going to do another giveaway because I want EPA and the Dough My God cookies to get everything going. So we're going to give away some more cookies tomorrow. And again, I want to thank the two people that make this show not only possible, but they actually pay a monthly fee to actually get on there. 2 Auto Solutions out of Puerto Rico and The Parts Farm. Go check them out. I have a bunch of parts ready to go. Crank a pallet, the whole 9 yards. You will absolutely find something there for you. If you want a GT350 crank a pallet, $20,000 and it's yours. Real easy. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Happy Valentine's Day. Go get that bitch Otazo in, but nut on her belly or her hair or her face. Do not have a kid. And Vivo Shirley, don't fall to the peer pressure because it can go downhill real fucking fast. All right, guys, have a good one. See you guys tomorrow.